The Tony Farina Report on the Big Picture is sponsored by Batavia Downs Gaming and Hotel off the New York State Thruway at exit 48. Find out more at BataviaDownsGaming.com.
Welcome back to The Big Picture. Continuing with the theme of helping others, reporter Tony Farina is on the road at the corporate headquarters of Herr Automotive, where helping our community is part of their mission.
Okay, good day, and I'm joined today, and I'm proud to say, by the marketing director for the largest automotive group in New York State. Matt Lasher is with us today, and of course, I'm also happy to announce, as I did on social media, that Herr has become a sponsor of the Tony Farina segment of the Big Picture Show, and Herr will be with us all summer. Matt, welcome.
Tony, thanks.
Good to see you.
Great to be here. Thanks for
having me. Now, you've been marketing director for Herr for 10 years now.
That's right.
That's an exciting job. You got one of the best automotive groups in the country, ranked in the top what?
Well, last year we ranked number 17th in the country in the top 150 dealer groups in the country. So, but that's all a testament to Scott Beeler. Certainly doesn't have anything to do with me or my marketing skills, I don't think. But
well, certainly Scott's been a terrific leader and a CEO and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But he needs his team with him. I know he values that.
Yeah.
And you're part of that team. Now, Matt, it's tough to keep up because Scott moves pretty quickly, even in acquiring dealerships. How many dealerships now does Herr include in its automotive group?
As of today, we have 32 dealerships and about 40 businesses altogether, if you can count collision and glass. And I think we're up to 6 collision shops now, and glass and accessories, things of that nature. But we're approaching 2,700 employees total right now. And really just a testament to all of Team Herr, and we have a lot of really great people that work as part of this company.
I can attest to that because 3 of my sons work for Herr, and I can tell you that my sons notwithstanding, you're always treated well at Herr, whether it's in purchasing a car or getting service done. I think it comes from Scott's leadership.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know he visits the stores on a regular basis.
Well, we have this thing, we call it the Herr way, right? But it's really a simple way to think about that is we want to operate in a humble and kind way. I appreciate the compliment there, but we recognize we're not perfect, right? No company is, and we make mistakes. So really at a very human level, when we make a mistake, we want to say we're sorry, we want to own the mistake, and we want to get a customer better than even, right? And so to the degree we know about the mistakes, allows us to react and respond in the event we do make a mistake here or there. But again, it's a testament to our team and how hard they work on a daily basis.
One of the reasons for your success, of course, is that people come back to Herr. When they start doing business,
right.
They come back and buy cars because they're treated well and get good service and all of that. And I think that's very important in the car business, obviously, in any business. But
yeah, absolutely. If Scott was here, he would stress that fact. I mean, we've been in business since 1950, so over 70 years now. The reason why Herr is
and Brad Hafner's still alive.
Brad Hafner's still hanging and
yes,
doing great.
And of course, he's an amazing guy.
Absolutely.
You never know what's going to come out of his mouth.
No.
I've heard him a little bit of it.
You got to have the censor button ready. He's got a great sense of humor.
Yes,
sure.
He does. Yeah, and Brad's got to be over 90 now, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's 93.
You ever see him at all?
He comes through. He still comes to the dealership regularly and really every day. So he's having lunch with somebody different every day.
He's quite a guy.
But our history and our success is really attributed to the customers that we've had over the years and the support that we've had. You mentioned repeat business. Scott stresses that all the time, right? It's all about repeat and referral business. And ultimately, we've been very, very blessed by Western New York and the community of Western New York. And so subsequently, that's why we feel, a sense of obligation to the community.
Also, I want to mention, Matt, the relationship Herr has with 2 pretty big Buffalo Bills figures, Josh Allen and Steve Tasker. Of course, Steve Tasker is a face we're all familiar with from Herr advertisements. And Josh Allen, of course, we know what he does. What about that relationship?
It's been a fascinating one. Forever Steve Tasker's been our guy, right? And the Tasker family is fantastic. Sarah, Deacon, Luke, everybody, the whole family is great. But they've been working with us for maybe 20 years. Steve's been working with us, something like that. And when Josh joined the team a few years back, we got together really out of a common interest. He wanted a Ford Raptor. and we happened to have one that he was interested in. So that developed a relationship and really has turned into a friendship and a partnership. And obviously, we're really excited about his continued success, the team's continued success. They're really just outstanding young men. You forget when you're talking to somebody like Josh that he's only 25 or something like that, but he's doing remarkable work on the field. And I think his legacy will be remarkable moving forward throughout his career.
Well, let's certainly hope so. Let's hope that someday he plays in the Super Bowl and wins it for Buffalo.
Maybe this year? I don't know. This year, maybe?
Well, I think he's got a shot.
Yeah,
and I think
too.
a lot of people do.
I do too.
In terms of philanthropic efforts, starting with the Ride for Roswell, West Herr is a leader in this community. The Ride for Roswell is coming up in June, and Scott is always there on the stage with Candace Johnson and the others.
Our history with Roswell Park predates the Ride for Roswell. Brad Hafner really kind of started that. Scott took over. He's been on a board member for a long time. But for about the last 8 or 9 years, I think now, we've been the presenting sponsor of the Ride for Roswell. One thing that's really cool, if you think about our team West Herr, we've been the largest fundraising team, and we're the largest volunteer team every year. Right, and we typically raise $350,000 a year for the Ride for Roswell, and that's just based on our community relationships and all the people that are participating as part of Team West Herr. But it sort of speaks to the sentiment that it's not just one person or one. Obviously Scott sets the tone and the direction, and Scott Buehler Clinical Sciences Center is a pretty good example of that. We have there's a new Roswell Park building going up in Amherst. Scott Buehler Amherst Center, I think is what it's called. So there's a lot of things with Roswell Park that we've been doing over the last 30 years or so.
And it's not just Roswell that benefits from your philanthropic endeavors. Why don't you mention some of the other causes that Scott Buehler and West Herr are involved in?
Yeah,
there's so many.
I like how you said that. We really have two distinct things. We have the West Herr Cares, which is really our West Herr community-focused nonprofit and donation arm, and we also have the Scott Buehler Family Foundation, which is really more Scott's personal family foundation that he'll continue to make a long-lasting impact on the community, right? But West Herr Cares has been a part of a lot of things. Exploring More, the Buffalo Zoo. You got Jericho Road, Dr. Glick doing amazing work in the community there. They're actually in process of building a new building for their initiative there. On and on. There's been lots and lots of community-based organizations that West Herr has participated in, and that's really Scott seeing the value of that person and that leader, that nonprofit leader, and seeing the impact that it'll make. There's been other random fun things. The Aurora Theater, Scott recently acquired.
Yes.
So if you want to go to the movies, we'll take you to the movies, get some popcorn.
What are you going to have there, Matt?
So the cool thing about the theater, when Scott told me that he was buying it, I was like, wait, we're in the car business. What are you talking about? And he was joking about the margins of popcorn are pretty good. No, but he was saying, really, Aurora Theater is a critical piece of East Aurora as a community, right? Main Street.
It's a nice little place down there.
But it's also a place where nonprofits and other people can use now with our ownership. On Mondays and Tuesdays, I think, are the days where groups use the facility. It could be for a meeting space. It could be for a show for kids. It could be all sorts of things. So we're using it as a movie theater as well as nonprofit space.
Oh, that's terrific. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention what Scott Buehler and West Herr did not long ago. WBBZ, of course, is very much a part of the Variety Club Kids Telethon every year. Yeah. John DeShulo, Chris Musial, and the others at WBBZ-TV do a terrific job putting that on. And I was talking to John one day about it, and I said, what about West Herr? He said, well, So I called Scott, and by God, the next day, he had committed $20,000 to the Variety Club Telethon, and you were there to present the check.
It was a fun day, for sure.
That was a terrific gesture on his part, and certainly that contributed a great deal. The telethon raised almost $1 million.
Yeah,
I mean, he's just
incredible.
Responded like that.
Well, there's a couple interesting other examples that run parallel to that. The Uss Sullivans, Scott was the first one in trying to put donations. Obviously, Douglas Jamal carried the torch with an important fundraising effort, and obviously recently, they just right-sided the ship, which is great.
It's floating, I think.
It's floating, I think.
Yeah, that's good.
The Sturgeon Point Marina, Scott was involved with helping get that thing dredged in 2021 so that people could use the marina that summer. So there's been a lot of interesting things that really have nothing to do with the car business or us, but it's really Scott's recognition of what matters in the community, right, and how we can help.
Well, and I know this on a personal level. Scott had a little scare a while back.
Yeah.
And he's come, and it was It was serious.
Yeah.
But he's come back strong and better than ever, I might say.
He's running faster than ever, and it's incredible to watch, for sure. We're all just trying to keep up with him, Tony. I mean, if you really want the real honest truth here, we're just hanging on for dear life as Scott continues to grow and do his thing. So.
Well, we wish him all the very best and the continued success for West Herr and all the wonderful things that West Herr does for this community. And they play such a major role in so many different things. And thank you very much, Matt, for being with us.
Yeah, pleasure.
And I was trying to give our best to Scott Beeler.
Will do.
And all the folks, the 2,600 employees you have. Is that right?
Almost 2,700.
Almost 2,700.
Yeah.
And 3 of them are my sons.
That's right.
Continued success, Matt.
God
all
bless.
the best.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tony, for your report. Remember, if you want to help the Catholic Charities appeal, you can go to ccwny.org/donate or call 716-218-1400. I'm Judge Penny Wolfgang. Thanks for watching The Big Picture, Western New York's only topical television talk show. We'll see you next week.